Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a fantastic week. I'm enjoying this long weekend in Vancouver, and we finally got summer. And I didn't make it into the office today, so I'm just filming this from our basement where my son runs his Scout Zoo business out of for now. Trying to chase his dreams. But, anyways, that's a different topic. I wanted to touch upon something that happened this week, and I think we all go through this at one time or another, and especially as parents, the parents that are watching this, I'm definitely sure you've been through this. And it's kind of feeling helpless. It's about feeling helpless when you see a loved one or your child going through something. And you know that the best thing that you can do is kind of just, let them go through it, experience it, and they'll be a better person for it, and it's a part of growing and growing up. But I tell you, it sure is hard to watch and go through. I'll share an experience with you that I had this past week and a bit ago. And it was my son, we're in the office, and he was just down on himself that day about things and how things were. He was thinking about his financial situation and just, how was he going to buy a house with the price of homes in Vancouver, just about getting, married and having kids, and how you kind of steamrolls when you're in that kind of zone, let's say, for a lack of a better term. And he's talking to me about this, and I heard him out for a bit, and then I was like, "Oh, Kurt, come on, you got this going on, and this, we got this," and he's like, "Yeah," and then he said something that really touched me, and he goes, "Dad," he goes, "I'm like a homeless person." He goes, "The only difference between me and a homeless person is that I have a roof over my head." And I wanted to sit down and talk to him, but I had a meeting to go to in about 10 minutes time, but I had to leave. I was just meeting somebody downstairs in my office at a coffee shop, and I had to leave him in that vulnerable position. And as I was leaving, I just said, "Kurt, you really got to think about this and what's going on." Anyway, so I went to my meeting, and then I had a lunch thing, and we didn't touch base till later on in the day. And we had a meeting together, which went pretty good. And then we were walking to my car later that evening to come back home. And there was this homeless person lying on the street. And we walked by him, and we both kind of looked at each other. And, he looked at him. And I said, "Wow, look at that, Kurt," and kind of referring to what he had mentioned earlier in the day. And he just kind of smiled. And then we went to the vehicle. And then as we were driving around, we had to drive by this person. And as we were driving by, he goes, "Dad," he goes, "can you pull over right here?" And I was like, thinking, "Oh, what for, right?" And he goes, "No, Dad, just pull over here." So I pulled over, and by the homeless person that was lying on the street. And he got out of his car, and he went and gave him $5. And then he came back into the truck. It only took like a few seconds because he jumped out and jumped back in as traffic was going. We really didn't say anything to each other, and we didn't need to. And just kind of looked at each other. And sometimes the best thing that can be said is nothing at all, I realized. Probably anything I would have said to him earlier in the day wouldn't have had much impact on him when you're in that mood or something. It's just noise that you're hearing rather than the actual message. And I learned my lesson out of that. It's sometimes it's best to just not say much and let our kids or the loved ones that we know experience life through themselves, because who knows, if we're not here tomorrow, they're going to have to anyways. But while we are here, we can help them when things really get bad. But up till then, I probably shouldn't step in as often as I do, and let them experience life as we've learned as well. Anyways, just thought I would share that for whatever it's worth. And I want to wish everybody a fantastic week, and look forward to sharing my thoughts with you on my thoughts next week. And just a reminder, I'm putting these up on YouTube in case anybody wants to view them or share them. People had asked if they could and asked me if I could put them up there. So they are on there. I'm not even sure. I think my channel's My Thoughts on My Thoughts or Menjit Claire. Yeah, anyways, thank you so much for letting me share my thoughts, and have a great week. Thank you. Bye.